Hello, so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can carry out common date-time calculations on the current date and time using Microsoft Excel formulas. And then next, I will show you how to do the equivalent calculation using SQL Server's Transact SQL code. And I'll demonstrate that in the SSMS SQL Server Management Studio environment. So the first task is what the current date and time is. Now, Excel has got two functions that gives you the current date. You've got the now function that gives the current date, and not only does it give you the current date, it also gives you the current time as well. The other function Excel has is the today function, which is exactly the same as now, except it doesn't give you the time portion, it just gives you the date, the current date. So the first task is what the current date time is. So we just use the now function for that. And if you want the current date, the time portion removed, we use the today function. If you want to add 7 days from today, we use the today function, and this time we're going to be using the today function because we don't want the time portion, just the date, and we add 7 to it. If you want to subtract 30 days from today, it's today function minus 30. If you want to add 12 months from today, you use this formula. I'll expand this formula in the functions argument. So you've got 3 arguments: year, month, and day. And then for the year, that's wrapped around the today function. The month is wrapped also around the today function, but to that result we add 12 because we want to find out 12 months from today and what the date is. And then for day, we wrap the today function in the day, so that works out the day. And when you add 12 months in the month part of the date function, you add 12 months to the current date, and in this case it's 22nd of June 2025. If you want to take off 24 months from today, we're doing the same sort of thing, but this time we're taking off 24. We take off 24 from the month argument of the date function. You're going to add 1 year to today, and I'll just expand that. Similar function, the date function, but this time we're adding 1 to the year. That'll add 1. An alternative way to add years to today is you can use the edate function. I'll expand that. The edate function has 2 arguments: is the start date and the months. So that returns a serial number. So start date is going to be today, so that's the today function. And the number of months you want to add is 5 years, so that's 5 times 12, because the second argument is expecting a month's number, not a year's. And then you click on OK, and the result is in a serial number format. So what we need to do then is we need to apply the date format. So the serial number is converted into date format. If you want to subtract 2 years from today, you can also use the edate function as well as the date function. And then the first argument is again today, and this time it's minus 2 times 12 for the months. That will give you, in this case, 22nd of June 2022. If you want to add 2 hours from today, we use the now function this time because the now function has a date and time. And for the fraction, we add the fraction of 2 hours expressed as a portion of 24 hours. So you do 2 divided by 24 and add that to the now function, and that gives you, in this case, 23rd of 23/9 is 11:09 when you add 2 hours from today. And then from 12 hours to today is same sort of thing, same formula method. At this time the portion will be 12 over 24 for the fraction part. And 6 hours from today is, well, sorry, I made a mistake there, that's 5, but change that to a 6. That would be 6 hours subtracted from today. So now I showed you how to do these common date time calculations on the current date time. How do we do it on the SQL Server equivalent in terms of T-SQL code? I'll be discussing that next using T-SQL, and I'll be demonstrating that in SSMS. Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use SQL Server's DATEADD function. You can use the DATEADD function to add or subtract from dates or date fields. The syntax of the DATEADD function goes like this. You've got the DATEADD function, and the first argument is interval, the second one is increment, and the third is expression. The interval argument could be day, month, or year, and it can also be hours or milliseconds. The increment argument is any integer number, so a positive number will be going forward from a date, and a negative number will be going backwards from a date. And the expression argument, the third argument, is the expression and or field to use. Let's see some examples using the DATEADD function. If you wanted to know what the current date time is, use the getDate function. If I run this, execute, you get the current date and time. If you want to strip out the time portion of the current date time, you cast it as date. So you cast the get date function as date. So if I run this, you get the current date without the time portion. Now, if you wanted to add 7 days from today, you use a get date add function, and the increment is going to be day, and we're going to be using a positive number of 7 because we're moving 7 days from today. So run this, we get the 24th of June 2024, 7 days from today. If you want to subtract 30 days from today, you use the date interval, and we're going to be using minus 30 because we're going backwards from the day. And so if you run this, you get 18th of May, which is from today 30 days before today. If you wanted to add 12 months from today, you use this time we're using the interval of month, and we're going to be using 12 because we're adding, not subtracting. So we run this, we get 17th of June 2025, 12 months from today. If you want to take off 24 months from today, we use the interval of month, and we're going to use minus 24. And we got 17th of June 2022, which is 2 years away from today, going backwards. And if you wanted to add 1 year from today, this time you use the increment of year, and we're going to use positive 1, so 1 for the increment, and we get 17th of June 2025, 1 year from today. If you want to increment 5 years, add 5 years from today, it's year, and then the increment is going to be 5. You got 17th of June 2029, which is 5 years from today. If you want to take off 2 years, 2 years, so then the increment is year, and because we're taking time off, so we're going to be doing minus 2, and beginning 17th of June 2022. You can also use hours, so if you wanted to add 2 hours from today, this time we use the hour interval, and we're going to be adding, so it's going to be plus 2 or 2. That's going to be, the current time is 7:13, so showing here the time added to the current date time is now showing current date 9:13, that's 2 hours from today. If you want to add it 12 hours from today, you use 12 as the increment. Now, because we're coming close to the end of the day, adding 12 hours will take you to the following day. So it's showing 18th of June, and the time is 7:14. So that would be a total of 12 hours from today's current date time. And if you want to take off 6 hours from today's time, you're getting, the current time is 7:14. So you take off 7:14, it's now showing 1:14 in the afternoon, which is 6 hours from before the current time. Now, if you wanted to check to see if a date occurs in the last 7 days, you can use the DATEADD function, and you can use that in the where clause. So, for example, I'm going to declare this date, this variable my date, and the date that I'm going to be assigning is 15th of May 2024. Now, when we saw earlier, to get the date 7 days from today, use the get date add function minus 7 is going to be the increment, and the interval is day, and the current date is get date. So the way we do this is we check to see if my date is between 7 days ago and the current date. So if we run this, bear in mind that 15th of May is not in the last 7 days because the current date is 17th of June 2024. If I run this, what results do we get? We get nothing because that date is not within the last 7 days. So that's why we get no output. If we change this to from May to June, now 15th of June is within the last 7 days. The current date is 17th of June. So let's see what happens here. It's showing that the variable is output 15th of June because it's showing now and confirming that this date is in the last 7 days. Thanks for watching, and watch out for my next SQL Power Tip.